Hello everyone, this is Harpreet Kaur from English Frog Club, and today I have come up with another lesson for class 10th. Today we are going to do the chapter Madam Rides the Bus, and we will be discussing the chapter in detail where we will be discussing the summary of the chapter, and the summary is in Mindmap, a wonderful way to remember the things. So, without any delay, let's begin. Let's now proceed further and see what we have in hand today in the chapter. The chapter starts with the description of a girl, what she is doing. So, here we see that the girl named Valiamai, who is called at Vali as her nickname. So Valiamai is a longer name and Vali is used by all parents and her friends and her classmates. They call her Vali. So let us do what she do. She is a very unfortunate child who doesn't have any age mates to play in her neighborhood. So she is the alone child of her age in her neighborhood. So it really becomes difficult for her to pass the time, and to spend her time she need to do something this way or that way, and thus doesn't have things to play. So what is her favorite pastime? How do she spend her time in the spend her free time? So whenever she has free time, she stand at the front door to watch the street. Her house is at the main on a street, and when she opens the door of her house, and she could watch the street very easily. So when she watches the street, she sees people moving up and down the street, and she also sees a bus that is moving from her street, and she gets most fascinated by the bus. Every time when she is in the bus is filled with new passengers, and it was very exciting for her that when the bus travels from one way to another way, every time new passengers, and she really liked to watch the bus moving in the street. The bus was plying between her village and the nearby town. So, and it used to come twice in an hour, once when it was going to the town, and another time when it used to come back from the town. So Vali really started feeling that she should also take a ride in the bus, and she wished for a bus ride. Gradually, her wish becomes a strong desire, and she really wanted to take a ride at the bus. And even it was so, the desire was so strong that she felt jealous of her friends and the travelers who traveled in the bus. When even sometimes her classmates used to uh, tell her the story that they went to the another city in the bus, and she started saying proud, proud, proud. And that means she was expressing her jealous that you have gone in the bus and she hasn't gone in the bus. So further, she is trying to collect some details. She collected information of the bus. Now, the thing is in her mind that she wants to go, and she is making plan. How can she make her dream or desire a reality? So she collects the information. Let's see how she collected the information regarding the bus. So when she used people used to talk about their traveling in the bus, she overheard that conversation and collected some of the things for the traveling. And then many times she got into the conversation also with people, asking them where they go, how they went, how they felt in the bus, and then she what was the information that she collected? Let us have a look at that. She came to know that the bus goes to the town that is 6 miles away, and it is a 45 journey on one side. The fare for the journey is 30 paisa one trip, and 60 paisa for the round trip. So Vali is really happy that she has collected the information, and further she plans to travel by the bus. And she one day it is she just started her journey to the bus, and let's see what happens that day. It was the spring season afternoon when the conductor heard the voice of a child to stop the bus, and she stopped the bus. And when the conductor looked out of the bus, and he found that there was only a single child, and he inquired about the passengers, to which Vali replied that only herself as a passenger, there was nobody else with her. So conductor offered her help, but Vali refused the conductor's help to get down to get on the bus. She was so excited, she was so confident that she never wanted to take help of anybody. She acted like a grown up person. So, looking at her attitude, the conductor addressed her as madam, and Vali sat on the seat that was offered to her by the conductor. When she entered in the bus, she found that there were only 6 to 7 passengers in the bus, and the bus interior was quite good. It was a new kind of bus. The seats were very soft, and it were luxurious also. She really liked that. Now, when she was sitting on her seat, she recalled what efforts she has done to take this ride to make her dream a reality. So she made the plans, saved all the money she could wherever she got the money, the loose chain coins kept here and there in the house. And then she controlled her desires to buy toys, peppermints, balloons, etc. It is really difficult for a child to control these desires. I mean, children are really interested to have sweets like peppermints, toffees, and candies, etc. But she resisted her desires because her desire to travel in the bus was more strong. It was stronger than anything else. So she also resisted her temptations and the village fair. There used to be a fair in their village, and there were so many rides there. She did not take any ride, even the merry-go-round. So one afternoon, she quietly left home when mother was taking the afternoon nap. Her mother was in a habit of taking afternoon nap. Earlier, she used to use this time to explore the village. Now, on this day, she was using this time to explore her the journey by the bus. She wanted to take that ride, so she was trying to make her dream a reality. And when she went in the bus, she viewed the outside the bus. She found that it was, I mean, very difficult for her to see out. So she stood up to look out, and I mean, she stood up on her seat to look out, and she saw a narrow road, a road on which the bus was moving on. She found that on the one side of the road there was a canal, and the road was on the bank of the canal. So there were palm trees after the canal. Further, there was grassland and then distant mountains. So this was the scene on the one side of the road. And on the another side of the road, there was a deep ditch, and after that acres of green field. There were green fields, that means the crops were grown in the field. So when Vali was looking outside, so as she was a child, and she was standing on her seat to look outside, people in the bus got worried about her. So they started telling her not to sit like this, and let us look at then further. She reacted on the travelers, the co-passengers advice to sit properly. So a fellow passenger told her to sit, child. So it is obvious that elders become a little worried about children wherever they are, whether they belong to to you or not. So Vali answered back that she was not a child. The word child was really awkward for her. She thought she was traveling alone, and how this man can call her a child. And so she told her that she was not a child but a grown up like others, and she has also paid the fare. And conductor said that yes, she has paid the fare, and but he stressed her to sit down or she will get hurt. And but Vali did not pay any attention. And Vali, but instead she asked her for the ticket. When she got on the bus, she gave the fare and did not get a ticket. Conductor asked her to sit, so she demanded for her ticket. Then new passengers were getting on the bus, and an elderly woman got on the bus at the next stop, and she sat next to Vali. Vali really did not like that woman as she looked ugly. There are big holes in her earlobes, and she was wearing ugly earrings. Chewing beetle, juice of the beetle was about to spill out of her lips, and that scene was really awkward for her. She did not like the lady sitting next to her. The lady started inquiring about Vali, who was there with her, and Vali told her not to bother about her, and just take into consideration her own journey. She should not be bothering about Vali. Then we see in the chapter that Vali is now in the bus, a lady is sitting next to her, and now Vali's bus journey is described by the author. So the bus was traveling through empty landscape. There was no problem of the bus moving with the vehicles. It could give past the vehicle easily. The bus was being moving on the road smoothly, and Valli enjoyed the trees when the bus was moving. It is obvious that the trees are sprinting, and she enjoyed watching the trees when the trees were distant, and all of a sudden, as the bus moved, the trees became larger and closer. And she laughed over a cow running ahead of the honking bus. So on the way, when the during the traveling, there was a cow that happened to come in front of the bus, and when the driver honked the bus, blew that horn, the cow got confused, and she was not getting away which way to go. And that scene was quite exciting for her, for Vali. Okay. And then let us see what happens in the story next. Vali, the bus entered in the town, so the journey was very smooth, and the bus entered in the town. So let in the while the bus was entering in the town, before actually entering to the bus stand, the scene is described by the author. So there were shops in the market, and the when at the bus stop, Vali remained in the bus, and the conductor asked her whether she'll be getting down or not. She said that she had come only for a ride, and then she paid the fare for the return journey also to the conductor. And conductor, as a human being, as an elderly, offered her to have something. He offered her to have cold drink, but Vali refused his offer, because she felt that it was not safe to get down, and it wasn't safe either to have cold drink from some stranger. So now the return journey is been described by the author, and she had the journey with the same enthusiasm. She was not bored. She greeted everyone excitedly, and she had that same excitement, although she was moving to the same track, same things she was watching again, but she was excited as if she was watching it for the first time. But something really happened that made her sad on her way back. The cow she saw in her journey to the town was lying dead on the road, and she inquired that whether it was the same cow, and she was filled with sadness seeing the dead cow. It was her first encounter with death. She has seen something dead for the very first time, and this made her very sad. So now the Bali returned home, and when she returned home, she found her mother. She was gossiping with one of the neighbor, her aunt, and she was very happy that the mother could not get even a hint of whether she has what she has explored, where she was, and mother could not even notice that she wasn't at home. She was busy gossiping with her friend, and nobody came to know about her ride, so that was a very satisfying thing for her. She had taken a ride and no one came to know about her ride also. So this is all in this explanation summary video through mind map. These are some of the main points of the story which can be expanded in this way. Here is the full mind map, complete mind map for your reference. I hope that you enjoyed my video, and we will be meeting next time with new videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and give a thumbs up. See you in the next video.